end of week 2 of Ironman prep for the 70.3 on June 14th in Happy Valley. I'm really excited for it, and I'm still months out from reaching, my peak form for race day. In terms of exercise today, it's a beautiful Sunday. We're out on the Schuylkill River Trail, and I have a 60 to 75 minute zone 2 run, and I'm gonna try keeping my heart rate between 145 to 160, and I don't want it too high because I still want to be able to recover well for tomorrow's exercise, which is a swim. And in terms of my carbohydrate intake today, I had 80 grams of a Morton, it's called a Drink 320, and here I have a Morton Drink Mix 160, and that has 40 grams of carbohydrates and sodium. And I have a Morton Gel 160, it has 40 grams in each of these. I've really been liking their product. They're very easily absorbable, they're easy on my stomach, so I can intake a lot, whether I'm biking or running, or if I'm doing essentially like a threshold swim session. And the main reason why I want to hit 160 grams per hour by race day is basically this idea of a glycogen source. Glycogen is essentially a branch polymer of glucose molecules, and as you exercise, usually like moderate, high intensity, especially over 60 minutes long, your glycogen stores begin to break down and they can get depleted. That can lead to more fatigue, worse output during exercise, and overall not performing to your optimal ability. So that's why I really try to make sure my glycogen stores are topped off during exercise, and especially at the end during a post-workout meal. That's essentially the most important thing, I think, for fueling in general for macronutrient during exercise. And of course, sodium and various electrolytes. I usually take an element before every workout, and I make sure that my intake of sodium is adequate to the ratio of like a sodium to water, since I'm sweating a good amount during exercise too. Now we're back from the run. We're about to start strength training session. I had a protein bar, one of the David protein bars, a banana. Then in here I have electrolytes and 6 grams of L-citrulline, which is essentially like a vasodilator and helps with blood flow and more for like getting a solid pump in. Then usually before runs I'll have like beetroot powder. It's actually been studied in Norwegian athletes that beetroot powder increases VO2 max. That's why I implemented in my pre-workout before runs and before any sort of aerobic exercise. Workout today will be shoulders and back. Just gonna start with some overhead presses, then work over to pull-ups and probably some lat pull downs after, maybe end with some lateral raises. But it's a Sunday, so just trying to keep the blood flowing, so not going all out, more just focused on good range of motion and still keeping the stimulus to the muscle. With this Ironman prep, just kind of integrating the strength training in. As I get deeper and deeper into this prep for the Ironman, I still want to keep the stimulus to the muscle. I want to try keeping as much lean muscle mass as possible, even though my cardio is going to increase exponentially as I get deeper into the prep. Okay, so this is essentially just like an exercise, just warming up the shoulders. Just get good blood flow, good full range of motion throughout. Just like have them loose and kind of just hang. Just pick the lightest weight. All right. I think that's fine. This. Next is pull-ups. Just gonna go for full range of motion, of course. Every exercise I do is always full range of motion, exploding up on the concentric motion and slowly going down on the eccentric. Growing up, I always played more like high intensity sports, more fast twitch muscle-based sports like football, basketball, and lacrosse. But now this is why this is such a big shift for me, essentially this massive endurance race, because I wasn't really used to, measuring my heart rate and keeping it at a certain place. I'm tired. Early on in medical school, when I started really learning and fell in love with the exercise physiology, that's why now, baseline, I've always been more fast twitch, strength training. That's really like my foundation throughout like high school and college. But now this is just gonna be a big 180 for me. I'm really excited for it, but I still want to keep on as much of those like fast twitch muscle fibers active as possible through strength training and still doing like different explosive exercises as well. It's a good day. It's a good day. Happy Sunday. Eagles play today. Gonna run it back for another championship. Maybe do some more Eagles interviews. Stay tuned if we make it to the playoffs. Could be big. Could be big. Feeling good. Feeling good. We've been having a good day, Marine. A great first session, right? Episode 1. All right, lat pull downs. I love lat pull downs. Why I wanted to do a half Ironman first is based on my level of fitness, enabled for me to be able to do a full Ironman and still have time for so many other various things in my life, and be able to keep on as much lean muscle mass as possible. I don't really think it would be possible given the allotted time in my life. Like, I could be training for a full Ironman, and I feel like I could probably finish with as much training that I'm going to be doing over the next 9 months. But I know I would not have time to do strength training as well, and I would end up losing a lot of lean muscle mass. So I still want to be able to retain as much lean muscle mass as possible. Jeez. Or this is my second to last exercise. Just gonna do curls, then finish up with some core. Last exercise of the day, hanging leg raises. Then that's it for a Sunday, and can just relax, refuel, maybe watch the Eagles get this W, then do some work too. Need to do a presentation on Wednesday for my neuroradiology rotation, which has been great so far. Really enjoying that rotation and coming on my last week of it. So just trying to study in school always, of course, the first priority, then fitting in training when I can. Last set. All right, very last set. Very last set, then that completes week 2 of Ironman 70.3 training. That's it.